Hello, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads Explorers. Hope you all are doing well tonight. We're going to talk about a case of a young man who was shot back in 1917 and no one was ever brought to justice. Okay, so this story is about a young man named Dewey Rice. He was around 10, 11 years old. And this happened back in 1917. So basically, what happened was his dad worked in a mill, and he and a little friend of his, they would go in and out, play at the mill, sometimes just hang out there. Well, they were inside the mill one day and they decided they were going to go outside and play. About the same time that happened, some gunshots were taking place. You could hear gunshots going all over the place across the river. One of those bullets came across the river and struck Dewey right in the chest, killed him pretty instantly. On his way to the hospital, he died. No one was ever brought to justice. Now, there were two young people that were looked upon as being the suspects in this situation, but unfortunately, they didn't have enough evidence for them. Also, two men were out hunting. I think it was bear hunting. I think what they were looking for was bear and duck or something like that. They I think changed their story a couple of times, but anyway, they didn't have enough evidence on them either, and they were pretty far down the river anyway. So I think they kind of looked at it as maybe them, maybe not. They wasn't 100% sure. The fact of the matter is, someone fired a gun, and I don't know if it was. I don't think it'd be purposely. I think it was accidentally. They shot across the river, and this young kid got shot in the chest. Now it's a pretty good, decent way across the river. As a matter of fact, you got river, railroad tracks, and then houses and stuff across the way. But anyway, I've filmed at this mill before. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back down there for a while and film. But yeah, all the Hurricane Helene damage we have around here. But I filmed there. I filmed at Dewey's headstone before too, and tried some paranormal investigations. Unfortunately, not really getting anything out of it. I think I may have made contact with his mom and possibly his dad at the mill, but his mom at his gravesite. But the thing of it is, after he died, it wasn't long after that his family just packed up and left. They were out of there. I guess they were leaving tragedy behind, I guess you could say. But Dewey, however, is buried here in Asheville, North Carolina, and he is a distant relative of mine. And unfortunately, no one was ever brought to justice, and that's really sad. I wish there was some answers to this. I wish we knew. If it was an accident, it was an accident. I mean, what was it? Was it hunters? Were they shooting at something? And the bullet straight away that could have happened? Was it the young kids across the way that had a gun that matched the bullet? Were they out playing around, just goofing around and firing a gun off? Possibility too. Were they purposely shooting across and trying to shoot at the mill? If it was them, well, that's a possibility too. I just don't. I just don't have a real good feeling about that situation. It could have been those kids possibly, but the thing of it is, the hunters, I just don't think they'd be trying to shoot at the mill. I just don't see that happening with them. So the young kids, possibly, they might have been trying to shoot windows out in the mill. I mean, who knows what was going on if it was them. But again, no one ever brought to justice. So then again, you just never know what happened. And unfortunately, nobody's ever fessed up to it. And by now, all are dead, and no one will ever fess up to it unless somebody knows. Uh, maybe in the family, and maybe those two young kids, maybe somewhere down the generations, they may have maybe told a relative or maybe their own children or something. Hey, we got out of it, but we did accidentally shoot somebody, so that could have happened too. But unfortunately, Dewey will never have justice brought. He's an unfortunate situation of a young man that his life was cut too short, and it was sad and it's pitiful. But that happens sometimes, and that's unfortunate. But maybe one day we'll know the answer to Dewey Rice.